It was close to midnight. I had just missed the last bus, which meant a long, solitary walk home, 10 miles of dark, empty roads. I had come from a friend's birthday party, and while I'd had a bit more to drink than usual, the cool night air made walking feel like a good idea. At least, at first. After trudging through the quiet streets for about 5 miles, I spotted something ahead. The cemetery. I knew I had to walk alongside it for at least 500 meters. That cemetery had always been eerie, especially at night, and now I had no choice but to pass it. A large, ancient tombstone caught my eye as I approached. Its dark silhouette loomed in the fog, vines creeping up its sides, marking it as older and more neglected than the others. I knew the name on that tombstone without even looking closely. Mohini. My grandmother had told me stories about her, stories that crept into my thoughts now, making me shiver despite the chill in the air. According to my grandmother, Mohini had been the most beautiful girl in town, 2 years older than her, and from a wealthy family. She was known for her bright smile, deep red lips, and hair so long it nearly swept the ground behind her. Mohini had fallen deeply in love with a boy named Nimal, a poor student from the same school. Their love was no secret. It was the kind of love that thrived in whispers, in hidden notes passed between classes. But when Mohini's family found out, they forbade her from seeing him. The difference in their status was too great, they said. She didn't care. She loved him fiercely, against all odds, and they planned to marry. When they were both accepted into the same university, the distance from her family only allowed their love to grow stronger. But when Mohini turned 22, her family arranged for her to marry someone else, a rich young man, the son of a family friend. Mohini resisted, but the pressure was relentless. Eventually, she caved. But she and Nimal devised a plan to elope the night before the wedding. Only one person knew of their plan, Mohini's cousin, Sitha. They had been close since childhood, but Sitha, feeling overwhelmed by her family's pressure, betrayed her. The night of their escape, she told Mohini's family everything. In a fit of rage, they locked Mohini in her room, ensuring she wouldn't be able to leave. Nimal waited for hours by the well where they had planned to meet. When Sitha arrived with a message, she lied, telling him Mohini had changed her mind and was going through with the wedding. Heartbroken and unable to live without her, Nimal took his own life by jumping to that Abdunt well where he was waiting for her, leaving Mohini to her fate. On the day of the wedding, just before the ceremony, Sitha's guilt got the best of her, and she confessed the truth to Mohini. Distraught, Mohini ran from the house in her wedding gown, her hair wild, makeup streaked by tears, barefoot and hysterical. She sprinted towards the well where Nimal had once waited for her. The next morning, they found her body inside the well. The autopsy revealed a terrible secret. She had been 4 months pregnant with Nimal's child. The town mourned her, and whispers of her tragic love affair became folklore, spreading far beyond the city. Soon after, rumors began to spread of a woman in a wedding dress, soaked from head to toe, wandering the streets at night, cradling a lifeless child. She would stop people in the dead of night, whispering, "My name is Mohini. This is Nimal's child. Have you seen him?" These were the stories my grandmother had told me to scare me as a child. They felt distant, like mere shadows of the past. Until tonight. I shuddered as I passed her tombstone. My heart raced, each step heavier than the last. A foul smell suddenly filled the air, as if something rotten lingered nearby. A thick fog began to roll in, and with it, a bone-chilling cold that clung to my skin. I stopped. For reasons I couldn't explain, I felt compelled to turn back. My breath caught in my throat as I saw her, a figure in a wedding gown. Long, dripping hair tangled over her shoulders, the ends dragging across the ground. Her dress was soaked, water dripping from her head to her bare feet. She held a lifeless baby, its tiny body limp in her arms. Her dark eyes locked onto mine, and I froze, terror coursing through me. She stepped closer, her voice barely a whisper, but clear enough to send shivers down my spine. "My name is Mohini. This is Nimal's child. Have you seen him?" My legs felt like lead, my throat dry. I tried to speak, but no words came. The air around me grew impossibly cold, my body trembling. Her gaze never left mine, her presence suffocating, as though the weight of her grief was pressing down on me. I stumbled backward, breaking into a run without a second thought. My footsteps echoed against the empty road as the fog swallowed the cemetery behind me. I didn't dare look back. I couldn't. As I ran, the sound of her voice echoed in the air, chilling me to my core. "I'm looking for Nimal.